What's up, guys? I'm Daemonxel, and I want to introduce you to one of the new games I'm going to be featuring here on the channel. That's right, it's King Arthur Legends Rise, and as a fellow HoME Refugee, you may find this game to your liking. So, let's talk about it. Alright, so I know the game that we all love is gone, Heroes of Middle-earth, but I want to introduce you to this game. A lot of people are going to be converting over to this. This game releases late spring, right about June is when it's going to pop open on both iOS and Apple iOS and Android. Currently, right now, you can play the beta of it on Steam for free to get a feel for it. So I want to introduce you to what a mobile game in 2024 should look like. Okay, so we are in the game right now. I'm level 6. Now, this is just the account level. This has nothing to do with your characters or anything else. So, this is basically going to be the same kind of in the vein of what we are like. It's a hero collector, a gacha game, and you're going to be drawing your characters a little bit differently. You're not going to be farming nodes to farm those character shards to raise them up to stars. In fact, you're going to play this like an RPG. That's right. You're going to pick your team, and you're going to play the campaign. You're going to play the nodes, the different content that's in this game to raise the level of your characters. Now, let's go right into the characters, and the characters are very slick. The models are very cool. And we're going to get into everything. We're just going to do a quick overview of this game, and later on down the line, I will be putting out guides for the game, basically beginner guides and what you should do, and explaining all the different subsections of the game. So let's go into hero management, and here's one of our characters here. He's from the story. This is one of our main guys, but just look at the model. Now, this game itself is built on the Unreal 5 engine. So, yes, it's going to be very realistic. It's going to be excellent graphics. The animations are awesome. And the story is 100% voice acted. Now, when is the last time you saw that in a mobile game? That's right. Now, this is going to be holding some of those games out there now to, I guess, kind of a Baldur's Gate unrealistic kind of expectations. But this is a fantastic game. Now, you're going to start off with this guy right here. This is King Arthur. Big-ass sword on him. Now, as you can see right now, I have him at level 22. He's at 3 stars. Now, you get these stars by leveling up your character. As you can see, I'm just going to bring up a bunch of the characters I have here. Let's just bring up this guy, Tristan, who I got through the story campaign. Yes, he is a legendary, and we're going to get into that as well. As you can see, he's like a giant ninja, which is odd considering that this is King Arthur and it's in Britain and everything else. So basically what's going to happen is you are kind of blocked leveling. So you're going to level your characters. Now you can do this a couple different ways. You can use your potions, which you will get sparingly throughout the game. So I would, urge you not to just go full boat in with these potions. Use these to kind of bring the characters up that you want, but you are not going to get a ton of these guys. So remember, this is still a resource management game, so you gotta want to hold on to your resources and not go buck wild on everything. But when we bring him up to level 10, right, he's going to go to the max level right now is level 10. Now, to advance him, we have to use these right here, which are mana orbs, which you get through a kind of like a dungeon, and you're able to farm these, and you're going to be able to use that to get your next star level. And it's that simple, just to bring him up another level. You don't have to shard farm. You don't have to do anything else. Just play the game, enjoy it, leveling these characters up, and again, it's a fantastic storyline. I'm going to bring you up to another character here. Let's see, this is Kay. You're going to get her first thing right off the bat as well. Now, I have her at 1 purple star. Now, you may be wondering what that is. Now, that is because I was able to draw her through one of the ticket systems. Now, I'm going to show you how we draw characters in this game. And when you get more than one character, like I pulled her again, so I was able to use that to ascend the star level. And now, when that star level increases, you're going to get a whole bunch of, you're going to open up the next level, you're going to get buffs, but when you ascend them, the stats are going to go higher as well. If you're familiar with the red star system in Marvel Strike Force, which is now Diamonds, kind of like the same thing. But let's go into the character draw, and then I'm going to show you the characters. Now, currently, right now, there I believe is about 48 different characters in the game, with more to come when they launch the game. But let's just pull a character so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Now, you're going to get a free summon, I think, every couple hours. And trust me, just playing the game, you guys are going to get massive amounts of tickets just to pull characters and everything else. Now, the characters themselves, yes, you will pull them, but you will also pull their relics, which is their weapon, and we're going to get into that as well. I know it's a lot to cover. We just kind of want to just do a general overview, and I'm trying not to make this a super long video for you guys, but I want to show you some of the things here. So we're going to choose one of my special summons. All right, so no bats flying around, so this is not going to be a legendary. This is not going to be a rare. We're going to get a chance. This is probably going to be an uncommon or a common character, but we're just going to raise the sword up, and there we go. Now, this is a fragment right here, right? This is so we can raise or summon this viable weapon. Now, you may be wondering, what do you mean summon their weapons? I thought the characters have their own weapons. Yes, they do have weapons. But let me just pull back in the hero management again. Let's go to King Arthur here, and let's go to relics. Now, his relic right here, I have 2 of his relics unlocked. You're going to unlock these 2 through the story campaign. The other one you're going to do through arena. Yes, there is an arena mode in this game, so you don't have to worry about it. It is going to be very competitive. So we have this sword right here, right? And what we can do is you draw another relic. So this one is a wind variation of this sword. Now, you might be wondering, what do you mean wind? What do you mean fire? And there's frost as well. Well, that is because it's kind of like a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing. Now, what I mean by that is there are certain elements that do better than others, and each weapon has a different element. Let's get into a battle, and you'll see what I mean here. Let's do a dungeon, and you're going to be able to see some of the crazy graphics I'm telling you. Let's just do, this power-up dungeon here, and we're going to fight this badass-looking guy, Gorgos. I'm just going to do a lower level one, just so you guys can see exactly. We can kind of get through it a little bit faster. And you're going to see. So these are the guys I have right now. We're going to we're just going to change this team up a little bit. I was just leveling these guys, but we can leave them in there. You know what? No, let's show you the spectacularness. All right. So I got a healer here, which is a raw, and this is Kay, the other person you're going to get from the storyline. So these 3 right here, which are fantastic characters, you're going to get while playing the story. And then King Arthur, you're going to use through the entire campaign because he is integral to that campaign. So let's start the battle here. Now look at this cutscene. This is just a boss fight in a dungeon, and you're going to see the level of graphics. You're going to see the fighting graphics as well, because I want you guys to see everything, experience it. It is a very, very fun game. And each time you fight a boss, whether it be in story mode or not, you're going to get those epic kind of intros for these characters. It feels like you're playing like an old school RPG. Now, as you can see here, we are at 1 times speed. Yes, we can, like other games, speed it up to 2 times, 3 times speed. I'm going to keep it at 1 right now. Now, this right here is your camera angle. So we can have a dynamic kind of camera right now, or we can go to this kind of overview, or we can go to a side overview, depending on how you want to do it. I like seeing the animations, so I go into the dynamic mode here. So, let's see here. So let's just do some of these animations. Right? Look at these moves. Look at the graphics on this game. It's fantastic. Now, as you can see, he is a fire element. I have 2 other characters that are fire elements. I have 1 wind element and 1 frost element. Now, the way this works is fire will actually beat wind. Wind will beat ice, and ice will beat fire. Now, there's 2 other elements, light and dark, and they both fight. They'll both go against each other as well. Now, does this mean that you are, disadvantaged? Yes and no, depending on the element. Let me bring up the chart real quick. So, as you can see here, fire beats wind, wind beats ice, ice beats fire, and light and dark are compared to each other. Now, this just means that the elements are kind of like not a rock, paper, scissors, but if you're on the same element, you're going to do 120. You're going to do 100% damage. If you are an element that is has an advantage over another one, so fire against wind, you're going to get 125% damage. But if you are against an element you're weak to, say ice, you're going to deal 85% damage. Now, light and dark, they're going to work in tandem. They're going to do 125% damage to each other. So as long as you have each of the relics of each element for the characters, you're going to be fine on any fight. You can just switch up to the element that you're good on. All right, so let's just get back to this epic fight here. We're just going to kind of run through things. But again, this just plays like, you know, it's... I just love the graphics in this game and the animations and everything else. This is so much better than what we were used to. Now, I will say on HoME, if HoME had this kind of level of graphics and did this style approach, we would be in a much better position. The game would still be going. But I think this game is going to be fantastic. I think we're going to see a lot more in this. So let's go on to other things. I'm going to X out of this fight real quick. Here we go. We just beat the battle, and you get experience for doing these dungeons as well, so it's a good way of leveling up your characters as well. So let's talk about the energy system. Yes, it does use an energy system. Now, it's not like other games where energy, they're going to be like these little swords that you see up here in the right-hand corner. Right here, this is your energy right here. It's called a kingly dagger, and that's what's going to be your energy used for basically everything in the game. So there's different modes to this game as well. You have your main storyline. Now you can always go back to your storyline, your chapters, and redo some of these to get your 3 stars or to farm gear. If you're looking for specific gear, you can go back and farm gear as well. Now they do have something else called adventure mode. Now adventure mode is basically another way you can go back to these chapters in these areas, and you basically want to 100% this map. And by 100%ing it, you're going to get different things. You're going to get, let's see, I haven't done, I got everything on this one, but you're going to be able to earn yourself additional materials. Now, you get materials for finishing the chapter, but also for 100%ing the map, and a lot of the times you're going to get that extra summon, which you're going to use in this game. So let's go to the code. So again, while we're in adventure mode, like I said, you're just going to go around, you're going to actually collect these pieces, and it's going to give you a bunch of stuff. Right here, we just got 10,000 gold. And like I said, this game gives you a lot of resources. So as a free-to-play player, you're going to exceed expectations. You're going to go far in this game. And yes, once it launches, it will be competitive. Now, I haven't reached the end game, so I don't know how competitive it is. I don't know how a free-to-play player is going to make it in endgame, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. But since we're here, let's just go ahead and do this battle right here for this quest that we picked up in adventure mode. Alright, so we are above his power level here. And let's see. Now, the nice thing about these fights, right? While we're in this fight, we can actually go ahead and pull up everyone we're going to be fighting here and what his specific moves do. So we can look at everything he does. And we can actually pull this up in the game as well while we are fighting. So let's do this. Let's start our battle here. Going to turn this down to 1. Now, they are a wind element, so our fire guys are going to do fantastic on them. And again, you can always just switch up the camera angles as well. Depends on how speed you want. Now, as you can see right down here, this is the turn order. Now, we can switch it up to this way here, so we can just look at it different ways. We can look at it this way to see exactly what the turn order, so we can decide how we're going to do. But you're also going to see the turn meter up here, so you know who's going to go next and everything else. What else here? Now, as you can see here, this is the battle information. We're going to be able to see exactly our what we did in each move. We can see the skill info of every character. We can select each of the moves of each character and see that. We can see the permanent effects that are on the board. Right now, we have a leader aura max. Now, also, this game has environment effects. So right now, we're under the night effect. We don't have any heroes that have additional effects. Yes, some heroes have additional effects depending on the weather. Like I think Arthur is sun. So as long as it's a sunny day, he's actually going to perform a lot better than he would at night. It's a lot of factors to take in consideration here. All right, yeah, so we are actually not going to do that, because during the editing phase, I realized that this box right here that has me was covering up the moves and everything I wanted to explain in that fight, and because it's an adventure mode fight, I can't go back and redo it. So we're just going to pick a random fight through the story mode. We're going to redo that chapter. Let's just do this boss battle here so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, and I want to explain the vigor system. First of all, let's make sure I'm on the right side. All right, we're switching over. There we go. Now you'll be able to see everything that I'm trying to explain. So let's go ahead and do this fight here. Alright, we're going to do this battle. Now, that repeat battle, that is a way of doing multiple fights, and we're going to set that up in a separate video. But let me explain the vigor system to you. So, we have this bar right here. Let me just double check. Yep, I'm not blocking it this time. Now, we have 5 vigor. Now, vigor is gained per turn of your characters. Every time you take a turn, you're going to gain more vigor. Your vigor determines what moves you can do. You have your ultimate, you have your special, and then you have your basic. Basics do not use any vigor. Each of these special moves, depending on the character, will use a certain amount of vigor. So we're going to start off with Arthur using his ultimate, which is 4 vigor. It's going to take 4 out of this 5 slot. Now, you also get vigor 2 other ways. One, by killing enemies will add to your vigor bar, as well as equipping items that have plus vigor on it, so you actually regenerate more vigor than just 1 block per turn. Alright, so let's go ahead. So I'm going to use this bit. As you can see, it's going to use 4 energy. Now, it's not going to be the best against you guys, but I'm over-leveled past these guys by 5-6 levels, so it's going to do a lot of damage, but you would want to use wind on these guys. That's what would really take them out. In fact, you know, we'll just do that. We'll use the wind. Now, when you're selecting your abilities, now there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can select your different abilities here. Now, just like any other game, if you hold down on the box, you can see exactly what each move does. But there's 2 ways we can do this. We can click here, right, on which move we want, and then click it again, and it'll select the person we want. We can click it and then select the person we want, and then it'll do it. Otherwise, it's just going to go whoever has the bar. Now, I'm not really sure exactly how to switch that bar around, who to select, who not to select, doing it this way. Now, what you also could do is not select anything and just click the person, and it'll automatically do the basic. But let's just go ahead and use his basic. Alright, now we're going to use K's ultimate, which is also 4, but we are wind aspect, which is strong against ice. So we're just going to click it once, we're going to click it again, and it's just going to do it. See that? We just took them all down because I'm over-leveled and because the aspect is higher. And here's one of those boss cinematics I was telling you about, those entry levels. So this is the boss of Chapter 2. Now, in this scenario, since this is a boss fight, we actually do not have to kill the ads. We just have to kill the boss, and that'll give us our win for this match. So since they are ice will do the same amount of damage as everything else. So we're just going to use this one, which is 3 vigor. Now, as you can see, 3 got away. Now we're going to take 1 turn after they take their turn, and we're going to regenerate 1 block. So now you can plan out how you want each match to go depending on how much vigor you use. So let's just use our basic here. As you can see, I didn't press anything. I just pressed on the character that I want to hit. We don't need any healing currently right now, so let's just do our basic. And as you can see, since I did that way, I just clicked the button twice. It's just going to go whoever the arrow is over. And since these guys are going to be weak to the wind, we're going to use our AoE. And now we just basically have to beat her down. Now, again, Hector here is a great character because he will actually call in for assistance sometimes. Now, there may be a way of upping that ability down the road. I don't know about it right now. Again, I'm just starting this game out. I've only played it for a couple of days. And Arthur's going to finish. Let's just finish off strong with using this ability right here. And there you go. That is the Vigor system in a nutshell and a fight. So, again, I'll do a video down the road explaining more in detail the Vigor system, about the auto battle system, and everything else in the game. So let's go to the codex, which is going to show you all the characters, and you're going to see some of the craziness that is here. Here we go. Now, these are your legendary characters here. Like I said, I got this one through the storyline. But some of these models, look at this, right? Now, you can also test any of these characters out as well by going to the test skills to see how it plays out. So you can plan how you want your squad to work out. You can see what the moves do, see how it feels. And these are testing at the max level of 60, full ascension. All right, so we saw, well, we didn't go back. We show you all the characters. Sorry, that was just the legendaries. Where is it? Come on. Codex. Ah, sorry. All right, so you got your rares. So you see a bunch of characters here. You're going to have your uncommons. Now, some of these uncommons are actually really good and specifically used in other dungeons and raids and stuff like that. And then you have your commons, which they can be used in here and there, but, you know, like Joseph right here, you get in the beginning, and he's got a ability which raises the attack level of everybody. But again, it's going to be the same way. You're going to gear them up, you're going to play them, and it's just a really, really fun game with really great graphics. There's a clan system. There's a lot to do in this game. It's going to be released with a lot of content. And again, you can go ahead and play this now through Steam, and you'll be able to use the same account when the game launches on your mobile device. Yes, you've heard me right. So if you start an account now, you will be able to use it when it launches, and you're going to retain everything that you have on that account. So it's a win-win situation here, and I just think this is a fantastic game. What else can I say about it? You know what, let me show you the free mode real quick, the adventure mode, so you can kind of just get a look at it. Alright, so we're going to enter adventure mode. We are in, let's go to chapter 2 adventure mode. I have not 100%ed this, only because I have not gotten the specific character I need for this. But let's go into adventure mode here. And then, here we go. Look, you're going to physically move your characters around like a regular console RPG, like a PC RPG. And you can just explore the city, the areas. And in this adventure mode is when you're going to find all these different things. You're going to find gold. You're going to find upgrade materials. You're going to find these fragments. You're going to find a bunch of things that you need for your resources. So there's a lot to do in this game, and the game hasn't launched yet. Remember when HoME launched and didn't even have a raid? Yeah, exactly. So you're going to get a better game quality. I find it's a lot of fun on this. But yeah. So, I'm going to be covering this game a lot, so I hope you guys stick around for it. I hope I'm going to get some new viewers as well, those who are into this game. We're going to build this channel up, and again, I'm going to come out in the next couple of days and weeks with guides and everything else, character reviews, basically everything you'd expect me to do, what I did in the past. We're going to do the same thing here. And, yeah, we're just going to have fun with it. So I hope you guys support me in this new game. I hope you guys enjoy this new game and give it a try. If you don't like it, no harm found, right? But, again, until I talk to you again, have a great week. Have a great weekend. Adventure safe, and good luck to you. And, oh, wait, no. We're going to need a new tagline at the end of this, aren't we? So let me just say this. Let me just say, until I talk to you guys again, have a great week and have a great weekend. Peace.